The 2023 Louisiana Legends Gala is brought to you by our presenting sponsor, the Gail and Tom Benson Charitable Foundation, our premier sponsor, the William J. Doré family, with additional support provided in part by the Irene W. and C.B. Pennington Foundation, Louisiana Lottery, and Roy O. Martin, with the Foundation for Excellence in Louisiana Public Broadcasting, and viewers like you.
He loved Louisiana so much.
Gary's a Louisiana legend because from humble beginnings, he answered his nation's call.
General Jones's life is an example of the triumph of the human spirit.
He loved all his friends and their families, his teachers, his coaches.
He was an impeccable leader. Men and women would follow him anywhere.
So we're here at C.E. Byrd High School in Shreveport, Louisiana. Brigadier General Mike Jones. So very glad to be here in your hometown, having this conversation with you today. So welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. It's good to see you again, by the way.
Yes, sir. Good to see you and good to be here in your high school. You're a third-generation graduate of C.E. Byrd High School. A lot happened for you here at this high school throughout the years. And you know, you're a legend in many circles, especially here in Shreveport, where you remain a hometown hero in this town. So tell us a bit about how that part of your life really shaped your life's path.
Well, C.E. Byrd was very instrumental in helping me grow, but I think one of the things that I hearken back to is a book that was written by Hillary Clinton. It's talked about It Takes a Village. And I think that that's a very important book because it really highlights to all of us, you know, the things that you do sometime are really not about yourself. It's about those that empower you to move to where you want to go, to achieve what you want to achieve. And that really was achieved through the mentors that I had, the coaches, the teachers, the first responders, the ministers, those people who helped shape me to lead me and get me to where I needed to be successful.
From an early age, Mike developed a reputation for his charisma and ability to lead.
I met General Jones in 1967 at Broadmoor Junior High. We became teammates, and in a matter of 3 or 4 days of knocking heads with everybody, I figured out that he was a force of nature. He was a great athlete, filled with enthusiasm, and within a few days we knew he was the leader. I like to say that our high school team was his first platoon. He literally would look at us with that grin and say, "Let's roll, boys."
He talks so much about his friends and their families and his coaches, his teachers, that put so much into his life when he was younger.
You were an athlete, and playing sports was important to you, obviously, throughout your high school career. How did that really help to shape your military career?
I think sports did everything for me. It helped me understand that, kind of like our Constitution says, all men are created equal, endowed by their creation with certain inalienable rights, among those are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Mm-hmm. I was here in the school in the period where integration first started in 1970, and we had come to this school some young black men and their coaches who were part of already a successful program at Valencia High School. Mm-hmm. They had won 2 state championships before they arrived. We had won none that I know of, unless there was one back in the 50s, I think 1955. Mm-hmm. So they sacrificed an incredible amount to come to this school to be a part of this institution. And for us, it created something akin to Remember the Titans with Denzel Washington, yes, where he brought these young men together who, through their cultural differences, were able to bond together and struggle together to achieve a common goal. And to this day, my entire life, these young black men that I knew that came to this school were like family to me and brothers. And I remember them dearly, and we were lifelong friends. And it started to change, in my opinion, to the perspective of America, of how they looked at themselves as a nation to move forward and embrace each other instead of be separate. So I thought it was very important. So it helped shape the way I took that into my military career, and understanding that all men, no matter where they come from, have great value.
He went to LSU on a full scholarship the same year that freshmen could play varsity football. And of course, General Jones made the varsity team. He also double-tracked and became involved in LSU's prominent ROTC program. And while he is literally practicing football every day, when he's through with that, he's going to ROTC training, and he ultimately became the commandant of the LSU ROTC and was named #1 in his class.
On the day he graduated from LSU, General Jones was commissioned into the Army. He headed to his first posting at Fort Huachuca, Arizona, where he trained as a CI agent. He then attended Airborne School at Fort Benning and was assigned to the 3rd Infantry Division in Germany, where he served as a CI agent, infantry platoon leader, and infantry company commander until 1981. He would go on to command all levels of the Green Beret in the United States.
The current Green Berets are the most elite Army in the history of mankind, and he was the commander of it. I hold him in the highest regard for all of that, because it was a culmination of a lifetime of leadership, pursuit of excellence, work ethic, perseverance, humility, and love.
He literally was involved in every conflict that the United States was involved with from the mid-1990s through the 2000s. He participated in the invasion of Panama. His unit captured General Noriega's pilot, which was a significant intelligence windfall. By the time he got to Bosnia and Kosovo, he commanded the Joint Special Operations Task Force, and significantly, he was responsible for the capture of 25 individuals who had committed crimes against humanity, indicted as war criminals, and ensured that they were delivered to the Hague for trial.
You've led a lot of teams over your military career in a lot of different settings along the way. How do you motivate the people that you work with? This is kind of a two-part question. How do you motivate the people that you work with? And then what's your leadership philosophy?
You might think it's odd. We had a motto here at this school. It was God is first, my friends are second, I am third. And whether it's the military or not, number one is the feeling of love and compassion for the people that you're working with. Mm-hmm. You got to love each other, and you got to have compassion. And you have to have a sense of mercy, so that, mistakes are not mistakes that are not recoverable. Mm-hmm. They're learning events. So as a leader, one of the things you have to always do is, one, have that love and compassion for the people that you're with, but you must never ask them to do something that you're not willing to do yourself. Right. Specifically in the military, if there's a combat condition that's out there and soldiers are put on the front lines and they're fighting the wars of the nation, you as a colonel, general, whatever you might be, need to be out there with them on the front, doing what they're doing, so that they understand that your life is as expendable as their life.
Yeah, so we're all in this together.
We're all in this together. I mean, this is what sports brings you. Mm-hmm. You struggle together, you train together, and you all are attempting to achieve the same objective. That has nothing to do with race, color, or creed. It has to do with men struggling together to achieve a common goal, which means that it has to be a selfless effort. Mm-hmm. And you can't be first, but you, as a leader, have to ensure that the hardships that are endured by you, and if they're endured by you to a degree that's even greater than theirs, they can understand it and they have more respect for you as a leader.
Wow. Those are some powerful, powerful words. You've accomplished quite a bit in your career and in life in general. What motivates you and energizes you to keep up all of this, all of these years?
I'll tell you, it's a very good question. I remember watching the movie Saving Private Ryan. I'm an emotional guy. Football players are all emotional. Okay? We really kind of love people. And I remember in the movie, Private Ryan with his wife at the grave markers of all the soldiers who had been killed during D-Day, he fell to his knees and he looked at his wife and she said, "Have I been a good man?
Wow.
Did I earn it?" And for me, That's what it's about. Commonly just be a good man. Love your fellow man. Treat them with dignity and respect. And make sure that that they understand that you truly care about them. And I personally believe that's what's most important. The other thing for me, which is important, is that if I had anything that I would want to leave behind, I'd want people to know that I was a good father and a good husband, and that I love my fellow man. It's that simple.
That simple. That's right. Now I was going to ask you read my mind. What legacy would you like to leave? But I think you just shared that. What's your legacy? If you had to choose one.
And nothing more, really. I don't want it to be about me. I mean, it's really about others. It's about giving to others, really, is what it's all about.
And like I said, you've done so much in your career, so much sensitive, classified work even, the accomplishments that you've done. Is there anything that you would have done differently?
No, not really. I mean, if I had it to do all over again, I'd do it all the same. Wow. And it's just, I've been fortunate to be blessed by just wonderful people around me. I think Obama said at one time, which a lot of people criticize him for, which I agree with him completely, which talked about the things that you do or the things you achieve are not yours alone.
Sure.
You know, somebody was there to help you here, somebody here gave you a break, somebody taught you something that you didn't know, but you were led through this process in many ways to get to where you are. You know, it's your turn sometimes when you're there to turn around and help lead those or help those who need that assistance become successful. I mean, it's really about making good men better men and good women better women.
I love it.
Yeah.
You know, you've retired officially,
Yes.
and you've got so much leadership under your belt right now. What's next? What do you look forward to? Although I've given you a mission just now, that you can carry this message forward in a lot of different ways, so just kind of think about that. But what is it that you want to do? What's next for you?
Well, you know, actually, I want to spend more time with my wife and the grandchildren. I mean, they're kind of my number one priority. I'd like to spend a little time working with youth in some way, shape, or form, talking to youth, help mentoring youth. I don't, you know, to me, it's not about getting paid. What I really like to see is the reward of children understanding that they can be something that others tell them they probably can't be. Yeah. Because there's so many kids out there, and I say children, I'm talking about young adults really, that want to achieve something in life and be successful. And sometimes they need help. And that means just pushing them over the line some way, giving them a good word that encourages them to understand that they have the potential to be anything they want to be, and nothing can stop them.
General Jones, thank you so much. Those are excellent parting words.
The 2023 Louisiana Legends Gala is brought to you by our presenting sponsor, the Gail and Tom Benson Charitable Foundation, our premier sponsor, the William J. Doré family, with additional support provided in part by the Irene W. and C.B. Pennington Foundation, Louisiana Lottery, and Roy O. Martin, with the Foundation for Excellence in Louisiana Public Broadcasting, and viewers like you.